Welcome to Works TV, your hospitality and tourism career destination. Create the career you want. Contact us today.
Travelling the world while perfecting your craft, getting paid for it and winning 8 hats in the process, then return home as the executive chef at one of the top silver service restaurants in the country. Too good to be true, Hugh Whitehouse is living proof.
Hi, my name is Hugh Whitehouse. I work at Sapphire here in Coles Bay. Well, I'm 43 years of age. I started my apprenticeship 25 years ago in a small restaurant in the lower Blue Mountains. Completing my apprenticeship in the Blue Mountains, I was lucky enough to get a visa to a great hotel in Switzerland called the Dolder Grand Hotel. We had probably 50 to 60 chefs in the kitchen and had all the different sections, as in enchantmentaire and garde-manger and rôtisseur and, saucier. So it was, from a little Australian restaurant, to go and see something on that scale. It was very enjoyable and I had a few great years there. I am so lucky. I've always wanted to be a chef, and I don't know why. It was a passion of mine from a very young age. I've met great people along the way and have, been given good opportunities to develop my career. I'm lucky enough and passionate enough to like all areas of the kitchen. I'm comfortable enough cooking on the grill to working garde-manger and doing running all aspects of the kitchen. I think probably in my career now, well, I don't think, I know it's probably a lot more management. I've been, successful, I think, due to the fact that I love working front of house. I love talking to the guests. I love the wine and to be able to match food and wine. And coming back to Sydney, I would say probably for the next 4 or 5 years, I probably worked more front of house than in the kitchen, which is quite unusual for a chef. And then, I was lucky enough that I had an opportunity at a small restaurant called Milson's in Kirribilli, and I worked there front of house and worked with a great chef there, and they were looking at opening another restaurant, and I asked, if I could become their chef of that restaurant, which was a huge step because I really was just at the time, you could say, a maitre d' of a restaurant, and I don't think they knew that I had a lot of cooking experience. In my first few months, I received my first hat, and then I had a very successful career from then, both at Milson's and Jasper's. I would have had, 8 years of receiving hats from the Sydney Morning Herald Good Food Guide, and then after that, I had the opportunity to join Orient Express Hotels and then became the head chef of Lilienfels in the Blue Mountains, but mainly, well, in the end, just Darley's, which was their fine dining restaurant. I was around 40 then, and I don't know, I suppose all the hard years before and good years, it all came together and had that position. And from that position, it's why I ended up here at Sapphire, loving where I am at the moment and the position that I've got and being part of the Federal Group and Sapphire. Because of my experience front of house and trying to learn as much as I can from a hotel from all different levels, I see my career, maybe my next appointment will be a food and beverage manager, or maybe I'm going to hopefully jump that one and go straight in and become an assistant GM, or, that's where I see my career coming. I would love to be a general manager or have my own business and be a host of a small, I don't know, either a restaurant or, again, a small, a lodge with, a bit of accommodation, but I suppose the emphasis still being on food. A place like this, Sapphire, there's always positions available. There is a percentage of the people that are employed here that are quite mobile. They do a season. So now that we're coming into our busiest season, summer, we have started employing or recruiting and started putting our feelers out for chefs to join us over the summer period, both casually and even full-time positions. We've been open 2.5 years, so some of my staff have been here for those 2.5 years. They're ready to move on, so quietly I look for to replace those chefs and yeah, get the right person to be part of Sapphire.
Pure Tasmania brings together some of the most unforgettable experiences, Australia's most breathtaking locations and finest accommodations Tasmania has to offer. Pure Tasmania are now hiring for the upcoming summer season, and there are hundreds of hospitality jobs on offer. So there's never been a better time to create the career you want. To take the next step, speak with a Works TV consultant now. Call 1300 542 315 or go to works.tv and simply submit your details.
Hi, I'm Robert Clark. I'm the executive chef at Sea Restaurant here in Vancouver. I grew up on the East Coast, Eastern Quebec, so I'm very familiar with fresh fish. I was a fisherman, the son of a fisherman. So seafood has always been a big part of my life. And quality and integrity in the taking of seafood has been with me since I was a child. How Sea and how I got involved with this fish was essentially, this program was coming out to start tagging fish. It was pilot projects, and lingcod was one of the species that they were doing their trials on, which was perfect for me because I love lingcod, but I didn't have any way of being assured where it was coming from. Now with this fish, that enabled me to then put lingcod on the menu. How this fish works for me is when I receive my product at the back door, I check the quality and then it's tagged. I just take the information from this tag, this unique code, punch it into thisfish.info, and immediately I know and I can be assured of who caught it, where, when, how. Seafood traceability for chefs and for consumers should give you, it gives me confidence. If it's traceable, if there's transparency, you're guaranteed that you're getting what you pay for. From a sustainability point of view, it's one of the key pillars of determining whether a fishery or a species is sustainably harvested is the mere fact that they're all counted. So if all fish are tagged, for instance, that means they're all counted. And accountability creates or improves quality in any given industry. If Fisherman Fred knows that everyone knows that this is his fish, he inherently, as humans, we're going to take better care of it, not just because he's going to get more money, but the pride itself. So traceability, without a doubt, has increased quality. Getting involved with this initiative was like I have to be a part of this initiative because it's great. I'm seeing the end results. The restaurants are seeing the end results. The customer is seeing the end result immediately.